Hi everyone, my name is Sonia Angulo and I go by Miss A. I teach TK in kindergarten. So this is my math flip lesson plan. The Californian standards are kindergarten standards. The first one will be count to answer how many. And the second KOAA1 will be representing addition and subtraction with objects, drawings, or equations. The learning objective will be students will be able to count objects using 10 frame and answer how many using math vocabulary such as more, less, equal, and all together. Kindergarten students will also connect counting to basic addition using objects and 10 frames. The concrete will be TK. For TK, will be counting to 10 with count to 10 with counters. And for kinder will be count to 20, show simple addition and subtractions, supports with gestures, sentence and sentence frames. Representational will be for TK will be fill 10 frame with 5, then 7. For kinder will be using 10 frame for 5 plus 2 and 7 take away 2 or minus 2. And the supports will be visuals and patterns. And there is also a little 10 frame so you can have an idea of what it is. The abstract will be for TK will be connect to numbers. For example, 7, which is a magic number. I call it magic number so that way the kids can get more excited when we talk about math. For kinder will be equations 5 plus 2, for example, equals to 7, or 7 take away 2, or 7 minus 2 equals to 5. The supports will be repeat the academic vocabulary. For the UDL integration will be representation of counters, 10 frame numbers. And for engagement will be real world connections, action and expressions, multiple response modes. It is important to connect with the real world. For example, if we are counting or taking away, when we sit in a small group, and I'm going to have a little presentations in regard, we have usually students, if we're learning about colors, I actually ask them, "Oh, how many girls are wearing this pink, for example? How many boys are wearing black, for example?" So that way they can connect with them and they know that there are other things. It could be how many orange circles are around the carpet, or it could be how many numbers are read in math. I have different areas in a classroom. What is math, science, writing? I have manipulatives. I have blocks. I have the art area, and I have lived a lot of things, colorful things around there. So I usually ask them, why I can ask them, how many teachers have blonde hair, or how many teachers have dark hair? Who who is wearing red, depending on what it is, just so they can have that real connection. Even I ask them, when you go home, you're driving on the car, just count how many stop signs do you see and what color are they, what is the shape, so things like that, just so they can connect. The academic vocabulary will be counting or count altogether, more, less, equal, plus, minus, and equation. So, and I can go over them while we're talking about it. So, count. What does count means? Altogether, what does that mean? More, less, minus. So I can actually put the symbols on the board, on the dry erase board, so they can see it. This is just my script flow. It's just to remind me about my introduction, the objects, a representational, what does that mean, the answer, just a reminder for me, and then my wrap up. Right, so now I'm gonna flip the camera because I wanna teach you a little bit, or I'm gonna show you a little bit of what I do in my morning routine, or I call it morning meeting. And I usually sit at the carpet with them and show them. I have ABC, so it would be different in my classroom if I would have been in my classroom, but unfortunately, I'm in my bedroom doing this presentation. But maybe next time I can actually record it in class so that way you guys can have an idea of how beautiful my classroom and welcoming looks. So the students have more fun there. It is a little bit different when I'm actually teaching here, or I'm presenting something at home because I don't have all the tools. But I just brought a little bit, and this is hopefully you enjoy. Okay. Let's see. All right, so like I showed you, this is kind of how my morning routine. Of course, it looks a little bit different with my classroom because I have all the ABCs, all the fun stuff on my board, and I'm at home. I'm living in my in my bedroom actually. So here it is. This is actually my calendar. This is a calendar that I use every day, every morning, and there we talk about the months of the year. We talk about the year and actually connection with numbers. That's when I do my math because actually the calendar focuses on math. And then we do the time frames and then different examples, fun things. And then I ask them actually how they feel for the day. And then I actually write it on the board too. And then we do a tally of how many students they feel happy, excited, sad, tired, and we go from there. So we count the how many days we've been in school for that month of August, and then we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and then when they go back, since today is Sunday, then well, of course it's gonna be the 16, 17, and then tomorrow will be Monday is the 18. We talk about the seasons, which we are in summer. I ask them, what's the summer? How do you guys feel during the summer? What happens with it during the summer? And how the sun looks outside, or how does it feel outside? We talk about the weather, the activities. We talk about what day was yesterday, what day is today, and what day will be tomorrow. And then, of course, I have my time frame. I usually use this little board. It's very actually very handy. I use this a lot, and I use this in on the carpet. I actually have the kids sitting on the carpet when I do my morning meeting. I sit on the carpet as well with them, and I put this on my lap so that way they can have so that I can be eye level with them. Of course, we ask about the time frame, and on the other side, I have my vocabulary. Of course, it's in different color. I only have a black marker right now, but I usually use like red, colorful, purple, blue, green, so that way they can see it better. Um, and then I have the vocabulary. Of course, it will be the count. We talk about counting, more, what is more. We talk about less, what is less, equals, plus, minus, equation, and how do we use it? I give them examples. They also have dry erase boards with them. I have a lot of them. So everyone gets one, and we usually use dry erase markers. They have the little erasers as well. One of the I also write a question, and that will be the question for this time will be how many. How many we'll see, or that total. Our magic I call it magic number because this is a 10 frame, so we know that in a 10 frame there's actually 10 squares. I have different colors, 10 frames, and I read the number. So what's the magic number? 10. How did we get to 10? So we count, but on this time I'm just gonna show you a very simple one. I picked 4 red donuts and 3 blue donuts. So I asked the students, how many red donuts do you see? Let's count. And I usually count 3 times because research shows that if the kids repeat it 3 times, at least 3 times, they tend to memorize it better. So I asked them, let's see how many red donuts do we have. Let's count. One, two, three, four. How many? One, two, three, four. They repeat. Let's count it one more time. One, two, three, four. Okay, I'm gonna write the number four. You guys says it's four. Let's write the number four. Can you guys show me four with your fingers? And then so they do that. And then now it's gonna be plus. Plus how many blue donuts? Let's count how many blue donuts. One, two, three. How many? One, two, three. Let's count one more time. One, two, three. So I write number three and equals. They know that equals means the total. So now let's count them all together to see how many we have. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. One more time. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. One more time. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. What's the total? Seven. And I do a circle with there. We also do subtractions as well. So now let's do takeaway or minus. What will happen if I take two red donuts and a blue donut? What will happen? Let's see. If I take away two. Okay, let's do this. Better. What will happen if I take two seven? Well, what's the magic number was seven, right? That was our magic number. So what will happen if I take one red and one blue? You guys still think that we still have seven? Let's see. How many red donuts do we have? One, two, three. How many? One, two, three. How many? One, two, three. So three. And of course, I'm going to repeat it again three times. How many blue? One, two. One, two. So how many all together? Let's see. One, two, three, four, five. What's the total? One, two, three, four, five. One more time. One, two, three, four, five. The total is five. So that's our total right now. Does this number look like this one? No. What number is that? And then they tell me five. So I write number five. And what number is that? Seven. So do we have more or less? We have less than seven. So and then we write it down so they know that it's less than seven. I usually write the word because I still don't know the connection for more or less symbols. But this is how we do it. This is how we do this every day. This is very handy. This is super easy for you guys to use with your kiddos, especially if you're doing TK. Also, if you're doing small groups or centers, you can use that with them as well. Very handy. I usually leave it on the manipulatives because there's a lot of counting objects there. So I put it there and I use it as a centers and I bring things to them. I use a 10 frame so they can actually um, use dry erase. This is dry erase, very easy. You're probably not gonna see it because it's a black marker. Let me see if this one works. I'm gonna work with it. It has a magnet as well, so you can so you won't lose it like it's not that. Um, let's see. Well, you can see it, and then of course the eraser, and they can use this is very useful for them. So, all right, that was my presentation. Thank you so much, and we'll see you at the next Zoom meeting. Have fun.